They remind me of how we used to paint our faces in Orlais.
Ah, but these are not just paint.
Do they mean anything to you, these symbols?
Some do. Some symbols are sacred to the crows. I am not permitted to tell you what they mean. Others are there to accentuate the lines of the body, its curves and musculature. It is hard to explain with armor and clothing on.
But I don't recall seeing many markings on your body.
Ah, no. Of course not. They are not in the places you have yet seen. I can show you if you wish.
No. I think not.
Is this a problem?
Not at all. I'm merely content looking at the markings on your face, that is all.
Have it your way. Should you change your mind?
You'll be the first to know, don't you worry.
We had a crash, so we brought it back up to speed and had a different conversation this time. So I recorded it. This is Moonstalker at that place for walkthroughs with Dirk Cousland of Dragon Age Origins.
What do you wish? I am no mer-
Yeah, I know.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Why did you decide to come to Froden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
Why did she leave Froden then?
She had served Cecily, the Lady Cecily, for many years and was loyal to her. Cecily was a good person. She was always kind to me. Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
You were young. It's understandable.
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dry flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andraste's Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on. Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Val-Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val-Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val-Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Sounds wonderful.
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course, there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
Do you not have fine things now?
I left behind much, leaving Orlais, but there is more to life than dresses and furs. It is sad that many have lost sight of this. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes! Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
You can get nice shoes in Denerim.
Perhaps. Ferelden folk are so much more practical. I don't see them making use of something simply for its looks. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
You've lost me.
Never mind. I just have a weakness for pretty shoes. It is so frivolous of me, I know. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Okay. Hmm.
Flowers? Oh, thank you. They're very pretty.
These are your mother's flowers, aren't they?
These were her favorite. I haven't seen these in such a long time. They smell just like Mother used to. Thank you. Thank you so much for remembering.
You're welcome.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Nothing. Never mind.
Yes.
That was
All
odd.
right.
Something I can help with?
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
You know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself, being stuck in a cloister?
And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lothering cloister, all of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique, because then they were forbidden, and forbidden fruit is the sweeter, no?
Those initiates couldn't have been as lovely as you.
Flatterer. I, however, did not take vows, and so perhaps I am not as enigmatic? The chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
What did you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on. I see you're still with Morrigan. I thought you said she didn't mean anything to you. What are you playing at? You tell me you like me, that I mean something to you, and you have her on the side? It's not fair to either Morrigan or me. Do you say the same things to her that you say to me?
Where the hell did this come from? Not really. She's a different sort of girl.
I suppose you need different girls for different days of the week? Morrigan when you want some rough tumbling, Leliana when you need a bedtime story and someone to tell you what a nice boy you are. Just show me some respect. Show us some respect, please.
You're both wonderful, and I respect you both.
Wonderful people have their limits too. I care for you, more deeply
What?
than I can say, but I can't watch you going to her all the time.
I should have ended it with her a long time ago, I guess.
I am sorry I had to force this on you. I couldn't stand by any longer wondering if I meant anything to you.
You mean everything to me.
And I believe you when you say that. We should talk later.
Where the hell did that come from? Oh shit, how did Morgan find out about this?
I have heard much about the halls of the Dwarven Kings, but the stories do it no justice. It is so strange, harsh, yet beautiful.
Yes, it is very grand.
And have you seen those tiny pig-like burrowing animals? They are adorable. I wish I could have one as a pet. But they must be hard to catch and... Oh, just ignore me. I'm so silly sometimes. Let's just go.
Yeah, but you're so cute. Don't you clean up the bodies around here? It's disgusting.
Your clothes are so fancy. Did you get them topside?
Yes, I did.
My mam used to say they don't got no stone to protect them topside. If I go up there, I'm gonna fall into the sky.
You just have to hold on real tight with your feet.
Yes. When my dad left, he never came back. Who's to say he didn't fall up, eh?
Do you know anything about the small rodents down here?
Nugs? Yes. They don't got much meat on them, but down here you can't be picky. Better than nothing.
Could you catch one for me?
What for? You going to cook them up yourself?
My friend would like one as a pet.
Yeah, I can find a nug for you. Could even get one from outside the city. Those ones in the deeps don't eat as much garbage. I don't know what they eat, but they always seem healthier, you know? Shiny coats, bright eyes. How much you giving me?
20 silver.
Real silver, huh? I'll get you a big one for that. Give me some time. I'll hunt them down for you.
What are you looking for? We got nothing to buy for the likes of you. Or maybe you wanted to sell.
Let me see your wares.
Of course.
And cut the attitude a bit. There's Effort's boots. Huh.
Yes.
I got him. He's all squirmy, but he's a big fella.
Very well. Here's your 20 silver.
I knew you'd be good on your word. Nice doing business.
So, are you a very religious man, Alistair? I'm curious. I believe I heard you say you were raised in an abbey.
I was raised in a castle. I was schooled in the abbey. As far as being religious, I don't know. Not especially. What about you? Not in your line of work, I expect.
Why do you say that? I happen to be quite devoted in my way, as most Antivans are.
Truly? But you kill people for money.
And I ask forgiveness for my sins from the Maker every chance I get. What manner of monster do you think I am?
But you ask forgiveness and then you go right on with your sinning.
The Maker has never objected. Why should you?
I have no idea.
Well, there you go. Perhaps you ought to think about asking for a little forgiveness yourself, huh?
So I have a question for you, Zeren. You're here, at least in part, to get away from the crows, right?
That is indeed true.
So when this is over, what do you intend to do with yourself? You can't go back to Antiva, I assume.
What I do depends in large part upon your fellow Grey Warden. I am not a free man, as it were.
Yes, but what if you could do whatever you wanted?
What makes you think I intend to go anywhere?
So you do intend to go back to the crows?
I said no such thing. I think I should stay where I am. Ferelden is a marvelous country.
Why don't I believe you?
You're not much of a patriot, are you? Well, I'm not going to listen to such slander of my new home. Off with you then.
So, why would the crows send you, Zevran?
Is there some reason why they should not?
Plenty of reasons. Starting with the fact that you weren't exactly the best they had, were you?
Slander and lies. For shame, Alistair.
I'm not an idiot. Well, not most of the time. You're no raw recruit, but I've seen you fight. You're no master of combat by any means.
Assuming that I intended a fair fight, that would indeed be a problem.
But the crows must have master assassins the way you describe them. Men with years and years of experience. Why not send them?
Why not indeed? It is a mystery for the ages.
Oh, I get it. You're not gonna tell me.
Morrigan said you were sharp. No liar, she.
Oh, God.
What can I do for you?
Here's a note from your master.
This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
Oh, let's try to smooth things over with Morrigan. Dirk really wasn't trying to break up or anything. He just didn't want to be mean to Leliana.
No need to say it. I can read your intentions from your expression.
This is so unnecessary.
Naturally not. Better to have us both and not ask questions, yes? 'Tis an arrangement I can see the benefit of, perhaps, even if she never would. We have had our time together. She cannot take that away from us. But now 'tis done, yes? So be it. To tell it truly, she is far more suited to you. Go then. Go and revel in your domesticated bliss.
I'm sorry.
Not sorry enough, evidently. We have better things to do than dwell on the past. Let us not speak of this again.
But I don't want to break up.
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
And you are very cute when you're being evasive.
Really? Perhaps we should be wrapped in ribbons and adorned with flowers. So cute are we, too. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
You really had no trouble with them.
I am unsure. I was too young to understand, and perhaps 'twas bravado on Flemeth's part, or perhaps she was merely amused. I will never know. Flemeth would warn them, once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
She used you as bait?
'Twas a game, and I a young girl. If I didn't get to play, I would have been very upset. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Do you still think that was fun?
I think that my mother made it fun so that a child did not learn to fear. And I think that it was necessary. There are no trials for apostates, no prisons, no mercy. There are only absolutes, so only survival matters. If the wilds have taught me anything, 'tis this. First, you must survive. Do you disagree?
You're probably right.
An enlightened view, or at least an agreeable one. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand. I await your command.
I'd like to discuss something personal.
We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Nope. Never mind.
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
How did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother's been doing this for a long time, then.
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can you change into other human forms as well?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
Oh. You spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
Wow. What do the other animals think of you when you're changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
I've never heard of magic like that before I met you.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
That's good. Traditions like that need to be preserved.
I am surprised you think so. Still, 'tis a pleasant thing to hear.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Maybe tied to a flagpole and tickled.
What a bizarre thing to say. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Ah, such a romantic, I see.
Oh, they made up.
I enjoy the nights at camp. The night always seems more peaceful to me, safer.
I know what you mean.
I feel the night grants us a reprieve from the troubles of the day. Silly, isn't it? The Darkspawn never sleep, and they lurk in the shadows.
We're all entitled to a little silliness, now and then.
I enjoy those nights when we stand guard together, talking to pass the time in those small hours. Well, I talk and you listen mostly. Sometimes I succumb and fall asleep and wake to find you still watchful. And I know you're watching out for me.
You never have to feel afraid with me.
What I'm trying to say is that I trust you. I'm comfortable around you. I know you'll be there when I need you. You are our leader and my friend, and sometimes I think that maybe we could be more than that. Maker, look at me stumbling over my words like an ill-educated peasant girl. Some bard I am.
You're cute when you're embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm just flushed because of the heat.
I've always wanted us to be more than just friends.
Really? No one told me. You felt the same way and didn't do me the courtesy of informing me? You made me say all those things. Why couldn't you have said them first? Oh, Oh, how very awkward.
I thought you were comfortable around me.
Well, yes, but don't question me. I am a woman, and I reserve the right to be inconsistent. Oh, chivalry is so dead, making the lady spill her guts like that. Well, that settles it then.
Never mind.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
I wish this were over. We're running low on supplies, and I don't know how much longer. Yes! Would you like to trade?
As I recall, shutting the door and throwing away the key was definitely the Templar Plan B.
Still with the stern glances, Alistair?
You didn't answer my question about why the Crows wouldn't send their best man.
So for that, I must suffer all these fearsome glares? Oh, you are cruel to subject me to such torture.
You aren't telling me there must be a reason.
If you must know, the Masters do not often take contracts outside Antiva, and I made the best bid.
Best bid?
We agreed to pay the guild a portion of whatever the contract offers. The one who agrees to pay the most gets the contract, so long as the guild deems them worthy.
And they thought you were worthy.
Against a pair of Grey Warden recruits? Apparently so.
Were there many who wanted the contract?
None. You are still Grey Wardens, after all. And even in Antiva, killing members of your order is considered impolitic. It made the guild's decision considerably easier, I imagine.
Well, that's comforting. Somehow.
On my way. I'll do it. It's done.
And I'm off.
Stop, right there. Take another step, and I swear I will strike you down where you stand.
Calm down. I'm not here to harm anyone.
I am Wynne, Mage of the Circle, and these children are under my protection. Who are you? And what is your purpose here? Have the Templars opened the door? Speak quickly. I'll have no games.
I am a Grey Warden, Dirk Cousland, and I seek the help of the mages.
And you were told that the Circle was in no shape to help you, I suppose. So why did the Templars let you in? Do they plan to attack the tower now?
Don't worry, the rite of annulment has not yet arrived.
They sent for it then. I feared they might have. What else could they do? So Gregor thinks the Circle is beyond hope. He probably assumes we are all dead. They abandoned us to our fate. But even trapped as we are, we have survived. If they invoke the rite, however, we will not be able to stand against them.
We waste time here when there are abominations to slay.
If you are here to kill abominations, let me help you. I erected a barrier over the door leading to the rest of the tower, so nothing from inside could attack the children. You will not be able to enter the tower as long as the barrier holds, but I will dispel it if you join with me to save this circle.
Very well, I will help you.
Once Gregor sees that we have made the tower safe, I trust he will tell his men to back down. He is not unreasonable.
Gregor will only accept it if the first enchanter says as much.
Then our path is laid out before us. We must save Irving.
Then we should set off immediately.
Petra, Kinan, look after the others. I will be back soon.
Wynne, are you sure you're all right? You were so badly hurt earlier. Maybe I should come along.
The others need your protection more. I will be all right. Stay here with them. Keep them safe and calm.
Let us be off. We've talked away enough time.
If you are ready, let us go end this.
Indeed.
Indeed. All is well?
Yes? here we are. I'm somewhat amazed at myself for having kept it in place this long.
Did it tire you out?
It made me very weary at times, but I had to stay strong to keep us safe. Be prepared for anything. I do not know what manner of beasts lurk beyond this barrier. Are you ready?
I am ready. You may destroy the barrier.
All right. Be on your guard. Ready.
Going.
Speak. So be it.
Yes, burn your allies.
I'm off.
Going. Going.
Alright, the summoning science.
All right.
Grab my sheet of notepaper. Set off to refer to the computer for the information. Next is Tomo's Spirit, and then the first summon flame font. Tomo's Spirit. First summoning flames. Okay, activate the font. Rotorcom's uncommon. It's over there. Hold down your tab key so you can see where things are.
And I'm off.
Magus Gorvich, the statue. And second summoning flame.
Huh.
Activate the summoning font. Elborn's Grand Bestiary. There it is over there. Common table, first sigil. That'll be shown as the common table carving spot or something like that. Right there. Spiritorum Etherealis. There it is. The statue of Magus Gorvich again. Then the Novice Phylactery. And the third summoning font. Aren't you attacking, idiot? Sometimes you gotta move them around a little bit, but you just stand there.
Out with it.
You can feel the charge in the air, can you not? A great power has been unleashed in this place.
You're awesome, Morgan.
Please refrain from going into the stockroom. It is a mess, and I've not been able to get it into a state fit to be seen.
What are you doing here?
I was trying to tidy up, but there was little I could do.
Are you possessed?
I tried to leave when things got quiet. That was when I encountered the barrier. Finding no other way out, I returned to work.
Oh, Wayne, you should have said something. I would have opened the door for you.
The stockroom is familiar. I prefer to be here.
In case you haven't noticed, I've tried to make Dirk Looked like a young Marlon Brando. Seems safe enough for now.
I would prefer not to die. I would prefer it if the tower returned to the way it was. Perhaps Niall will succeed and save us all.
Succeed at what?
I do not know. But he came here with several others and took the litany of Adralla.
But that protects from mind domination. Is blood magic at work here?
I do not know.
Niall was in the meeting. He would know. Blood magic. I was afraid of this.
We'll be able to handle it.
We should find Niall. The litany will give us a fighting chance against any blood mages we encounter.
I wish you luck. Perhaps this will be over soon and things will return to the way they were. Goodbye.
Hello, blood mages. Guess what I am?
Time for more